happiest about today in this game?
Lots of things. Most happy is that we didn't turn the ball over, which allowed us to execute on the offensive end, get people involved, and it gave us more possessions.
Do you think it's fair to say this is one of, if not the best game that this team has played this year?
Yeah, I think that's fair. We came back after Auburn and had a hard look in the mirror and talked about a lot of things, and we have to eliminate making the same mistakes over and over and over, and that's what we've continued to do, especially even in some of our wins. We've had bad turnovers or let people offensive rebound, and so you've got to be committed to changing those things and not doing the same thing. And so that was our focus this week, and I was happy to see them come out and do those things, take care of the basketball, box out, go rebound. Kalaya got us off to a really good start. When she's playing that well, it just opens things up for everybody else.
Kind of on that same thing, it was pretty clear that Taja and Kalaya were the catalyst for pretty much the entire game when they were playing. How much easier do you think it makes for the rest of the team when those two are playing, up to their fullest potential?
It just takes pressure off everyone else. Even in the Auburn game, Kalaya played really well. She's had a really good string of practices. She's got a different kind of focus, and when she shows up and she, it's not spectacular, but just is who she is. This is the kind of performance you can see from her. And then Taja identified really early that they weren't guarding her off the ball screen, and so she was really patient and chose the right moments to shoot the ball and to get her teammates involved.
To follow up on what you said Tuesday about the spot that has remained open.
Yeah.
It's gone to Maya over these last few games. So, what have you seen from her that's kind of given her a spark? And also, there were a couple times where she did some things and immediately you were talking to her, whether it be with a Florida shooter open, you were like, Maya, like go get that person, or like right after a timeout. So, what do you guys see in her as a coaching staff, and how she can be that influential player, and also how do you mentor her as a coach?
Yeah. So the spot that I'm referring to that's open is the 3 spot. And Maya's coming in at the 4, so I do want to clarify that. But in your question about Maya, who has come into the 4 spot and started the last 2 or 3 games, she's got the ability to stretch the floor. She can shoot it. She posts hard. She rebounds. She brings good energy. For Maya, it's helping her as much as possible because we are throwing her back and forth between the 3 and the 4. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes she gets confused or she forgets, assignments or how we're doing things. And I'll be the first to say, we ask a lot of our players defensively in terms of regarding this way and regarding this way. And so anytime I can help her, that's what I'm trying to do. What's great about Maya is that she's coachable. She's always got a smile on her face, and she's always willing to do whatever it is you ask. And so when you have a player who does those 3 things, they're a pleasure to coach.
Any update on Donetta?
No, I have not. She said it was an ankle. Okay. She hurt her ankle earlier this fall, so it's that same ankle, but I don't have an update.
Okay, so it wasn't a knee.
No, it wasn't a knee. It was an ankle. Yeah.
We talked earlier in the week about Florida and their 3-point shooting, and I don't know, on the one hand, maybe you're disappointed that they got 11,
yes.
But on the other hand, they got 11, but you still beat them by almost 40 points.
I have a lot of respect for Cam and for Florida, and if they get those 11 at a different time in the game, this game feels totally different. They got it late when the game, you can say, was out of hand, but that could have gone a lot of different ways. We still missed assignments sometimes. We didn't guard ball screens very well in the 3rd and 4th quarter, which made us come help, which allowed them to kick. Every time we made a mistake, they capitalized off of it, and they capitalized from behind the 3-point line. So you just look at them when they're playing well, it's because they've shot the 3 well. So again, 11 threes is too many for a team that's that deadly from 3.
And also, I know obviously Kalaya plays well, plays poorly, whatever. It has a big factor in every game. But can you talk a little bit about the fact that she came out and had, I don't even know what it was, she was in double figures, I think, in the 1st quarter. She had as many points as they had, I think, in the 1st quarter. How big was that for her to explode like that at the beginning?
I think it was really good. I think sometimes when she doesn't get herself going early, she puts pressure on herself and can take herself out of the game. And, she's matured a little bit in that regard, but when she sees the first one go in or the second one, go in, then she just can relax and let the game come to her and not force shots. And, she only plays 24 minutes, and so her stat line could easily have been 25 and 12 or whatever it was. So just really happy that she's made a conscious effort to be consistent in practice and step up her practice, which has allowed everybody else to do the same thing. And so when anybody does that and then they see it pay off in the game, it's just going to keep continuing to allow them to do that.
I noticed on the court, Kalaya was laughing and smiling and having a good time, and she said that you tell her to always keep a smile on her face.
Yeah.
So how does that impact the other players on the court?
Just makes everybody, she has the most beautiful smile I've ever seen in my life. So when she's smiling and playing that way, it gets everybody else involved. When she goes to what I call her serious face, that's her I'm trying to concentrate face, it looks like she's mad. And then everybody else gets like, so I'm like, I know you're trying to be serious and be focused, but just smile. It helps us out a whole lot more. But anytime she's out there playing that way, it brings the joy to my heart, and I think it just gets everybody else excited.
Going back to the look in the mirror talk that you spoke of, Clyde was speaking about it as well, but was that player led? Was that led by you? And then also, like, how, take me through kind of the frustrations after Auburn, how you guys were able to pick that up, because from an outside perspective, I don't think it would seem easy to, kind of turn around that you guys have with the run.
Okay, you gotta remind me all those questions I got. All right, first thing, mirror, right?
Yes.
I think it was both player and coach driven. We
Okay.
sat in film Tuesday and we had a conversation, and I started it off, and then Kalaya picked it up right behind it to
Okay.
give her credit, and we had a really honest conversation. So I think that was both player and coach driven. What was after that?
I'm just saying, like, take me through the frustrations after Auburn that
Got it.
led to that, because from an outside perspective, like, after going on the run y'all did, not finding that consistent success, it looked like it wouldn't seem easy to be able to have a drastic turnaround like you guys had in terms of confidence and energy.
Yeah. Well, the frustration is we're killing ourselves the same way every
Yeah.
single game, and at some point you gotta stop hitting yourself over the head with the same brick. I mean, what are we gonna do? Either you change it or you don't. And if you don't change it, our season is gonna go down the drain. And if you
Yeah.
change it, we're gonna put ourselves in a position to compete in the postseason. So which one do you wanna do? It's that simple, but we can't just keep saying it and then come out there and practice and make the same mistakes, because it's happening in practice, so it's not a shock when it happens in the game.
Yeah.
So we've gotta address it, and then we've gotta make a conscious effort to change it.
Okay. And the last thing I have with an actual player who's in the spot that doesn't have an actual consistent starter, with Caitlin Hose.
Yeah.
Going back to what I was asking Tuesday, when you talk about her freshman development and as she continues to learn, how much trust do you guys want to have in her to say, hey, look, when you have an opportunity, take it and be that spark?
A lot, because as you can see, she can really stretch the floor. She shoots the ball well. It's on the defensive end. Caitlin knows our offense. She knows what we're looking for. She has a good handle on what it is. Her basketball IQ is really good. She's got to be better defensively for us, for the people that we have to play. And so that's where she's got to get some feistiness, some aggressiveness about her, and do the things she's got to do on the defensive end of the floor, which will allow her to get more playing time.
Time for one or two more, maybe.
The 1969 team that was recognized today, and they were at practice yesterday, having them there and having them be recognized today, what does that bring to the team, just talking to them, and what did you tell your team about this, having them being present during the game?
Yeah, thanks for asking that question. So the 1969 team celebrated their 50th anniversary this weekend. They were at our practice yesterday, had a reception last night, and then obviously we're at the game today. And we talk about it all the time, like when you come to Georgia and you put on this uniform, it's about honoring the people who got it started. And I can't think of a better team to talk about than the 1969 team. Gene Dowell came here and just knocked on doors. There was no organized group of women's basketball team, and she just kept knocking on doors until finally someone said, we'll put a team together, you coach it. And she did that. I think that team played 4 games in a season, and they had to rally and get their own equipment. They were telling our ladies yesterday how they went and bought shirts and ironed on numbers. I mean, things that are unheard of. Our kids didn't even know what iron on numbers were, And so just the things that we can sometimes forget and take for granted, and just really, you talk about somebody paving the way for you to be sitting in the seat that you're in now. And they were so excited to be around us and to be around our girls. And I was so excited to be in their presence, because, we can just learn so much from being persistent is what I told our ladies. Like when Jean got here and there was no team and she was told no, she could have stopped at no, but she just kept knocking on doors until somebody finally said yes. And you've got to be persistent in the pursuit of what it is that you want to do when you know it's the right thing. And what better lesson and role model than that 1969 team.
That's a great way to end it.
Okay.
Any other-
Thank you.